In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What is up, Hype Squad? It's Patricia Hartley, and it's time for your late night hype. On this Tuesday, March the 4th, 2021, and we broadcasting live on YouTube, and this is your late night lineup. In this episode, we return for season 12 on YouTube Live. So, baby, put your comments in the chat box. I am hearing a little bit of a, hold on just a minute. We're live on YouTube and I am hearing let me mute this for just a minute. Give me just a minute, y'all. Okay, I have some feedback and I'm unsure how to find it real quick. So give me just a second. Let me find out where I'm getting that feedback from, and then we can keep it moving. Okay, so I'm actually not hearing it anymore, and I don't know if it's because it's officially stopped, but as I was saying, in this episode, we return for season 12 on YouTube Live. So put your comments in the box, people, because we want to hear from you. We are also celebrating Women's History Month with an all-female lineup this entire month of March on our new Thursday night. Plus, UCF guest organization Men of Integrity, President Leah Freeman is in the building. What is it? She talks to us about what it's like to lead a student organization during a pandemic. Plus, UCF orgs are hitting me up to showcase their event, and I'm loving it. And as a reminder that while late night hype, can you hear two things going at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, hold on just a minute. We got to fix this. Okay, Leah, I muted the stream, so I'm hoping that will actually work. And so we are going to, y'all, take it back to where I was in terms of introducing Leah. Plus, of course, y'all, the UCF orgs, as I said before, they're hitting me up to showcase their event. And guess what? I am loving it. Remember that while Late Night Hype focuses on higher education, we are in no way affiliated with any college or university. But here at Late Night Hype, we do encourage all of our listeners to reach higher. And look, we want you to weigh in, Hype Squad. Just use the hashtag Late Night Hype, and that's night with a K, or give us your feedback where else but in the YouTube feed. All right, y'all? Please be sure to comment if you are able to. Now, let's welcome to the building. It's been a while. I know it has been, y'all. But guess who is first up? Is Men of Integrity. I feel like I need to give you all of that with all the technical difficulties that
We love it.
we've had, right? So just kind of as a introduction into anybody who's not familiar with the Men of Integrity, the Men of Integrity at the University of Central Florida was founded on January the 11th, 2003, and serves to be a pivotal aspect of the community. As a co-ed minority organization, we strive to foster the ideals of manhood, perseverance, and service while advocating human rights. We are here to build an element of family to those who so dwelling. We strive to foster a mindset of mentorship, leadership, professionalism, unity, and most of all, integrity to the service that we provide to our community. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Men of Integrity. Welcome to the show, Leah. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm so well, and I want to say thank you for being with me through the first actual YouTube live stream. So this is our first YouTube live stream. So thank y'all so much for your patience with me while I get it together. With that being said, it's not about me, y'all. It's about our beautiful guest today, Leah. Remind our audience who you are, your major, and your involvement on your college campus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leah Freeman. I am a junior here at the University of Central Florida. I'm an interdisciplinary studies major with a focus on art and commerce and a minor in sociology. I know that's a handful. Essentially, I do want to become a professional graphic designer. I am very heavily involved on campus, being the president of Men of Integrity, the historian to the Black Student Union, a brother of the Untitled Chapter of Alpha Kappa Psi Professional Business Fraternity, and the office assistant for the Office of Social Justice and Advocacy.
Yes, darling, wear your hats. That's what women do. We wear a lot of hats. And I must say that when it comes to Leah, although Leah, this is your first time being on the show, Men of Integrity has been supporting us since 2016. So the first time Men of Integrity came on actually was in summer of 2016. So I must give a shout out to Men of Integrity. Your organization has always been doing their thing. So you currently serve as the president specifically for Men of Integrity. And I know that you're involved in other organizations as well. But when did you start that position as president, and what has it been like being a student leader, specifically Leah, during a pandemic?
Yes, so I started being president in fall 2020 for the 2020 through 2021 academic year. It has been very challenging as being in a pandemic was the last thing I expected being president because we do want to put MOI back on the map. However, it has been a big learning experience. It's focused us more on finding different ways to market the organization, recruit members, and be more active with our members, as that has become a big issue because you have a lot of freshmen on campus who haven't had the college experience yet due to COVID. So we have to find ways to accommodate to them to get them out there and get that experience.
So what are some of the things that y'all are actually doing?
So Men of Integrity focuses on mentorship, scholarship, service, and leadership. Fun fact, we actually have completed 74 hours of service during the pandemic. So
Hello.
we had period. So we try to still find different ways, such as doing food shares, mentorship to still serve the community, and also find ways to really engage with our members, specifically the paid members who are active and heavily involved with the organization. So recently, Men of Integrity actually had their first annual Service Week 2021 last week.
Hey, service week.
Yes, so we did a whole week filled with service, and we ended it with a huge donation to Knight's Pantry, where we had over 50 goods donated to Knight's Pantry. And that really brought us together and just made us realize, even though we're in a pandemic, we can still give back and come together as a family.
Exactly. Now, I don't know if everybody's thinking what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. The name of this organization is called Men of
Mhm.
Integrity. And although in your description you say that it is a co-ed, what is it like being a young woman leading an organization that could be presumed as a male organization?
So yes, this is a heavy topic within our organization. We are a co-ed organization because we believe that women are a strong backbone to building a strong man.
Mm.
So we create, ooh. so we do value the woman power, and I am very strong on having women members, them being active, helping the men out, and also them serving as mentors, as it is no different as a man being a man to a mentor, because a woman can have even more of an impact on a man as a mentor. And so, come back to the question for me again.
No problem. I was saying with you being a young woman leading this organization that could be
Mhm.
presumed as a male organization.
Yes, so it is hard. So we do always repeat that we do our co-ed. We value both women and men. And we've even had talks about changing the logo. Essentially, it is called Men of Integrity with a man in front. We have thought about putting two women behind it to show the key to having a woman in our organization.
Mhm.
And we just always emphasize by embracing our women. We do have an annual event during the spring semester called Tribute to a Black Woman, where we honor Black women in our community. It's essentially an award show where we have different categories that people can nominate women for in the community, and we'll hand them awards to show our appreciation for them. So we just do emphasize how much we appreciate women in our community.
I love that. I really do love that. And I love the fact that it's already in, the description of your organization, just kind of like as a clear, we are a co-ed organization.
Yes.
And I think for people who, just like any organization that says maybe Black or Hispanic, right? Sometimes people assume like, oh, only Black people can join, or only Hispanic people can join these organizations, or only men can join. That's not the case. Quite often it's not the case. It's just that focus is probably that particular population. So if it says maybe Black Student Union, the focus is probably around Black students, right? So if you are an individual who wants to help that population of students, and maybe you don't feel like, okay, I don't look like them, can I? Yes, you can. You can join that organization and still be a help of that community. Also, what are the benefits of women, you think, joining Men of Integrity?
I think it does help women grow in their leadership areas and also how to communicate with different types of men and even just different types of women in general.
Hmm. Hmm.
It gives them exposure to things that we're not used to and helps us broaden our perspectives on what other people go through. And I think that's the best part about this organization is that we really do embrace each other's differences and are able to come together regardless of our gender or race.
And I'm glad that you actually mentioned that as well, because one of the things that I've learned is I'm a Texas girl. So I'm initially from Texas. And I moved to Florida to go to graduate school. And moving to Florida, I realized just how diverse Black people are, right? So specifically Black people. I mean, I have brothers and sisters from the Dominican Republic. I have brothers and sisters from Haiti. I have brothers and sisters from Africa. I have brothers and sisters from Jamaica, right? So it's just such a diverse, um it's diverse just being Black. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much diversity within the Black community that it is just it's so amazing. And I've learned so much just living honestly in Florida, but more specifically like the Orlando area, like Central Florida, Southern Florida,
Mhm.
so much more diversity and more specifically within the Black community. And so I'm glad to be able to learn that and learn how to cook some of this great Jamaican and Haitian food. Shout out to my to my Haitian friends who taught me how to make macaroni. So like I feel like I'm learning here. So it has been such a treat. Honestly, not even just being in this area around other Black people, but also other students as well who come from dynamic and different backgrounds and who's able to really contribute to the campus on so many different levels. And so, with that being said, how do you think UCF students can join Men of Integrity? And then, when are your club meetings? Are they virtual? Like when? Like how do y'all meet up now?
Yes, so they can join. Stay tuned from our social media on both Instagram and Twitter. It's at MOI_UCF. If we post all of our events on there, all of conclusions of events, and also post on our story. And we are always watching the page. So if anyone wants to message us with any questions about membership, we will always respond. We generally meet every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our general body meetings. Our next one is actually this upcoming Tuesday. It will be based around Black men being known as unemotional, not being able to show their emotions, not being able to be transparent, and centrally around that. So we'll be having a lot of our guys speak up about their experiences and diving into depth on that topic. And so just continue to come out to those meetings, talk to the executive board. We are really big on family. We're a small organization for a reason.
Yeah.
We don't have numbers like the top organizations. We have 30 solid members in this org, and we're always coming out. Everybody knows everybody. And so everyone's comfortable with sharing those experiences and things like that. It just makes you realize it's okay to it's not really in the numbers. It's in the quality over quantity. So that's what we really pride on. So you feel
It's
me?
true. No, it really is.
Mhm.
It's quality over quantity. Quantity does not always mean bigger, better, the best. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have the most numbers, right? But it does not always equate to that. Quality is always what you're looking for. So, shout out to you for already being smart. What
Thank you.
so I was super involved when I was an undergraduate. You seem like you're very involved as well. Outside of just Men of Integrity, you also named some other student organizations as well that you're a part of, including AK Psi. Shout out to them. I'm an honorary member, so I just want to throw that out there and thank y'all so much for that honorary that you hooked me up with back in. I want to say it was 2017 when I actually
Okay.
received the honorary. I'm an honorary brother. So with that being said, what inspired you to be involved on campus? And most importantly, what inspired your involvement in many of the organizations that you're involved in outside of Men of Integrity?
Okay, so fun fact about me is I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. I am here in Florida solely for school. And
Oh,
so back in high school, I was always very heavily involved. Like, for example, I was the first Black outstanding graduate for my high school. I was the creator, writer, director of the Black History Month show. So I did a lot
I'm
of.
sorry. Wait, no. You can't just stop. Did you say creator, writer, director? Hello, somebody. Let's go ahead. Producer. I mean, I don't know what else we need to throw up in there, but it sounded like you were very involved. That's major in
Very
high school.
involved. Yes, I was like the coordinator for a lot of walkouts when we had those school shootings going on. Me and my fellow senior officers would coordinate the walkouts and be the ones in charge of that. We would also be with the ones dealing with the backlash from administration, but oh well, it was what it
Right.
was. So because of my passion for specifically social justice and helping my Black community solely, When I came to UCF, being out of state, it was hard. I didn't know anybody. I'm in a new state all by myself. I don't have a lot of family down here. So I had to put myself out there to find my way.
Yeah.
So I just joined almost every organization I could that I found an interest in, from the Black Student Union to the National Advancement Association of Colored People to the Caribbean Students Association to Men of Integrity and Lead Scholars. Even I'm a graduate from Lead Scholars, and I just continue to put myself out there, socialize with people. And I followed my heart. My passion is with my community. My passion is with social justice and also with art, which falls into my major. And so I'm very big on following what you believe in and acting on that. So I just did exactly that. Listen to my mother's advice. Shout out to mom. I know you're watching. Hey, mom.
Hey, mama. Can I
And
say this, because we had an event and it was called the Establish Her Summit, and I believe your mom spoke at
yes,
that
she
event.
did.
And I just want to give your mom a shout out because she did an amazing workshop, and she talked about much of her coaching and consulting and workshops that she actually does. And your mama is that sister right there is bad, baby. And
Yes.
when I say bad, I mean bad in the best way, baby. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean. So I want to give a shout out to your mama, because she is one tough cookie. And when I tell you that I've had an opportunity to see her in action, I just want to give your
Yes.
mama a shout out. So
Yes, she's amazing.
shout
That's
out to
my
mama. So
mom.
although I know that your mom is a big inspiration in your life, as an organization trying to like navigate the new normal, especially like when it's a pandemic, what is like your recruiting tool? And then how have you been able to kind of spread the word to people about joining your organization and then getting involved as well?
Okay. So a recruiting tool of ours is we always start with our friend groups, and we say, your friends, I have my friend groups, I have my PBs, I have different groups I'm in. I always start there and say, hey, y'all, come show love to our event, share it, this, and that. A lot of people on our executive board are a part of fraternities such as Omega Psi Phi, Alpha Phi Alpha. So they bring out their LBs and other members of their organizations to come out, and we just start spreading the word from there. We start small and keep growing. And
Yes.
so I know during a pandemic, we just started back Black Wednesday, so we're able to start tabling again. So we had to, yes, I'm actually a historian, me and public relations director Silas. We are in charge of Black Wednesday, so we did bring them back. And I was able to go out and table and start socializing again, of course, following COVID guidelines. And so, but before that, it was just a lot. It was the power of social media.
Yeah.
We just had to post, get the word out there, drop them in group meets, drop them in group chats, try to get people's interest up and hope for the best. And so we just did that. And especially now spring that we've caught the hang of everything and things are starting to look more brighter in terms of the pandemic, we're able to start doing more in-person events. We did get approved for room reservations. We'll still do
Ooh.
those with caution. Most of our GBMs will probably be over Zoom because that seems to just be easier for people on that end.
Yeah.
But just start doing more in person and using the resources we have.
Yeah. So when it comes to the room reservations, what do you mean? You're saying like y'all are able to reserve rooms? Is this for events? And if so, when is your first event?
So yes, we are able to reserve rooms now. We just got approved, so we haven't put in too many reservations yet. The only one we have put in for is for April 6th. It is our sexual awareness event, sexual assault awareness event. It will take place at 6 p.m. And that event, we will have a range of speakers speaking on their experiences. We will have testimonials. It'll be an emotional, but it'll be an experience event because we do want to spread the word about this. But otherwise, we do have another in-person event in March. It actually isn't on campus. It'll be off campus. It is the first annual Men of Integrity Gentlemen's Brunch. This Gentlemen's Brunch is based around leadership and manhood and just celebrating Black excellence. It is in partnership with Omega Psi Phi, Alpha Phi Alpha, and the Iota Rho chapter of Phi Beta Sigma. So all of us will come together. It is a formal suit and tie event. The Men of Integrity will be in their purple ties. The frats will be in their perspective wear. And we will all just be listening to speakers and celebrating together the beauty of manhood.
How amazing is that? I love it. I love the idea of a gentleman's brunch. First off, that sounds so like sedity. You know what I'm saying? Like the gentleman's brunch. How that is no, that is a very I love the name of it. In addition to that, I know that when it comes to the Greeks, y'all got a couple of them that's missing, but if y'all are not in that thing and you realize that you want to be, y'all get up with Leah, let her know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let her know. Shout out to Omega Psi Phi. Just that's it. That's all I got. Now, real quick, what legacy would Leah, once you graduated, what legacy would you have liked to have left behind?
I just want to be known as an individual that showed out for their community and tried. I've been on several initiatives, including the Black Student Cultural Center, the JTW art piece that we're working on, and just in June, when everything with all the shootings and the issues in civil rights were popping off, me alongside my boss, Dr. Edwana Andrews, we're teaming up to help create a whole bunch of literacy initiatives that could help the Black community. So we've just been checking them off the box, off the box, off the box. And I just want to be known as that person that tried and went hard for their community.
That's right, baby. Show up and show out. I love it. Now, remind us real quick. You said that they can find Men of Integrity on social media at MOI_UCF. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That is on Facebook. It is on Instagram and Twitter.
Just Instagram and Twitter. We do not have an active Facebook right now.
And no worries. Actually, I need to get on top of our Facebook too. So when it comes to Late Night Hype, y'all, look, it's just because YouTube has been the better platform. When we were during the pandemic, we transitioned from doing SoundCloud. That's what we used to put our podcast on. And now we've transitioned to YouTube. So we're not a podcast anymore. We're more of like a webcast. And so with that being said, I completely get it. I completely understand. Sometimes when it comes to the society and what happens, you got to pivot too. And so we did a little bit of a pivot, and that's why Facebook is not as popping as what it used to be. We're on YouTube a little bit more, but I know that I need to at least update Facebook and tell y'all where we at. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll work on that. Leah, thank you so much. I just want to give you a virtual round of applause and thank you so much for being with me today. Now, with that being said, I do have a little bit of a quote of the day, and I'm going to be getting ready to close it out. But do you have any words of encouragement for anybody who might be listening right now?
Keep going. Times are tough right now. We're the pandemic, midterms, people trying to graduate. Seems like the world is trying to come back, but it's still getting difficult. I know as a college student, I know I tend to have mental health issues. I have to sometimes take a step back and to recoup myself. And they say it's okay to take a break. It's okay to say no to people if you can't handle a task right now. You don't want to have yourself hanging off of a thread. So just remember, you come first.
Ooh,
and
Leah.
That's the words I will end with.
Great advice. Y'all, students, Leah is speaking from the student perspective, but I also encourage my colleagues, the individuals that I work with, the same thing. Our mental health is very important. Be sure to keep that in mind in the middle of what's going on. And I know a lot of people out there trying to, start businesses and like do stuff. And if you're able to do that, I say go for it. But I don't want the people who are not doing that to look at the people who are and feel pressured that that's where they need to be when we're literally in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, y'all. So relax. It's okay. Me and my mama have recently come up with our own phrase, and it says, grace yourself, girl. That's it. Just grace yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace. And I want to exit with the quote of the day. It says, I'm not going to continue knocking that old door that doesn't open for me. I'm going to create my own door and walk through that. Ava DuVernay. Now, we have a new night this season, y'all. Catch us every Thursday on YouTube Live around 6 p.m. And thank you so much for your continuous support since our March 2016 debut. You can follow Late Night Hype on Instagram and YouTube using the handle #Late Night Hype. You can also interact with us using the hashtags Hype Squad and Late Night Hype, and that's night with a K. Tune in next time for another episode of Leah. Can you say it with me? Late Night Hype.
Okay.
It's been a minute. So you gotta say it to me with me now. You ready on the count of 3? 1, right. 2, 3. Late night hype.
Okay.
Let's do this. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much, Leah, for being on with us. Shout out to Men of Integrity and what y'all are doing. And congratulations on your upcoming event, the Gentleman's Brunch that's going to be happening, as well as the sexual assault awareness that's going to be happening next month. So make sure that you put that on your social media so that everybody can check that out. Thank y'all again for tuning in to our first episode for a while of Late Night Hype.